Hello. Every one of us likes to be independent, taking decisions for ourselves. At other times, we enjoy the snugness of being together, craving the warm protection of the group. As different as these needs may be, both of them are essentially human. And Arthur Schopenhauer, not particularly a human-loving type of philosopher, explained this as follows. Humans, we, are like hedgehogs on a chilly autumn evening, crawling up next to one another to keep warm. But if you come too close, we prick each other, so we have to move away. But then evidently we get cold again, and there follows a never-ending movement of going back and forth. As humans, we are not that different. Sigmund Freud pinpoints the roots in the crudest foundations of our relations. I love you so much I can eat you. I hate you so much I spit you out. Love and hate are strong motivators, and our oldest fear is to be left alone, to be abandoned. At the same time, we fear the other being too close, so we push away. Experience learns that a balance between intimacy and autonomy provides a solid basis for happiness. But that idea of balance is relative, because the intimacy aspect prevails. And the reason is elementary. We belong to the social species, not to the solitary ones. We thrive and excel in groups. And if an individual of the social species is left alone, there are only two possible explanations. Either that individual is ill, or it is banned, and often both at the same time. And this explains why young children worldwide are punished in the same way, by putting them in a faraway corner, denying them the safety of the group. And this brings us to our childhood, to our homes, where we learned to be together as well as being on our own. And of course, during that childhood time, lots of things can go wrong, causing people to have extreme difficulties in having trust in the other, or the other way around, having extreme difficulties in releasing the other. And today in the field of psychiatry, there's a lot of fuss about so-called attachment disorders. Our children attach them too much or too little, or even both at the same time, leading to a lonely life as an adult. And the easy explanation is to blame the mothers. The mothers must have done things wrong, and surely we should do something about these depraved mothers. This is a very naive line of thought that permits us to get away with a far more important question. Why does our society produce so many lonely people? We are living the era of individualism, and the fact that so many people are lonely is hidden by the myth of the happy single. The happy single, but every one of us likes the other, wants to be with the other, and at the same time we are afraid of this other. And this is strange, because we are living in one of the safest regions of the world. How is it possible? In my opinion, the explanation is to be found in the dominant nature of neoliberal ideology for the last 30 years or so. And at the start of it, Margaret Thatcher produced a prophetic statement. She said, "There is no such a thing as a society. There are only individuals." And in the meantime, neoliberalism has realized a society with ever more competing and ever more isolated individuals. And an unexpected side effect that was already mentioned in the previous talk is the rise of top-down control and regulations. We have been turned into lonely hedgehogs, filling in forms for every step we want to make. And we have to make it, that's for sure, because the golden goose is called success. Michael Douglas, in a 1987 blockbuster movie called Wall Street, said it quite clearly. Greed is good. Greed is right. Greed works. And that sums it up, the principle of neoliberalism, a rational selfishness. We do no longer love or teach or parent. We invest We invest in education, we invest in parenthood, we invest in relations. And if the investment does not return satisfactorily, we dump the lot and move on to the next one. Get rid of the weakest link, that's the message. The other is first of all a competitor, and team spirit has gone down the drain and needs to be boosted by team building weekends. Ironically enough, filled with survival of the fittest games. In the early days of neoliberalism, the principle of rational selfishness was limited to industry and trade. But nowadays, it has entered our everyday life. And that can be measured from something called reality shows on the TV, with titles such as The Weakest Link, Temptation Island, Top Starter, and so on. The irony is that they pretend to show us who we really are, whilst they are dictating how we should behave. And apparently, the ideal human is a rat race loving player, always looking for number one. We have to score in bed, at work, in life. And the winner takes it all. And under the skin of our successful society of winners, fear thrives. From fear of failure to a general social distrust of the other. Indeed, if everybody is only looking for number one, then no one is to be trusted. And that again explains that unexpected side effect of neoliberalism, the rise of top-down control, of audits, of supervisions, protocols, and the like. Today, CEOs are everywhere, meaning chief executive officers. We are all part of the army, officers. And this means that we need a certain kind of control of this other. In the meantime, that neoliberal society has been promoting for 30 years competitive individualism and top-down control. And today, the smoke is clearing out, and we are left with a world of winners and losers. The winners swell but lonely at the top, no favors for the lady. The losers, lonely and ignored anyway. Both of them on their own, and both of them under the control of Big Brother. And we are sick of it. We are sick of it both literally and metaphorically. We should remember the hedgehogs. Loneliness means cold. And because we are social animals, we need the other to feel warm and protected. And today we need global warming on the level of society. And we don't need a new messiah for that. On the contrary, we should remember that we love our autonomy as well. We don't need a new messiah to impose top-down innovations. Change will come from grassroots initiatives, from our own streets, from our own neighborhoods, bringing people together around a common goal, learning them to trust one another instead of feeling afraid. Citizen initiatives, like we have been hearing, citizen initiatives testify to citizen power. And these TED lectures themselves are just one example of the many. People join ideas and forces to make a common cause. And the beauty of it is that by helping others, we are helping ourselves, because we feel related, engaged, alive. Time has come, once again, to advance a society with solidarity and autonomy instead of a society that is characterized by powerless individualism. Thank you.